Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something that's absolutely fundamental to a good life, but that so many of us struggle with. It's not a magic pill or a secret diet. It's something much simpler, much more accessible, and honestly, a lot more fun. We're talking about movement. We're talking about staying active. I know. When you hear exercise, your mind might jump to grueling hours at the gym, lifting heavy weights or running marathons. And if that's your thing, that's amazing. But for a lot of us, that just feels overwhelming and, let's be real, not very appealing. The good news is, staying active doesn't have to mean becoming a professional athlete overnight. It's about integrating movement into your daily life in a way that feels good for you. Let's get one thing straight. Our bodies were designed to move. For thousands of years, our ancestors were constantly on the go. They walked, they ran, they climbed, they lifted. It wasn't exercise back then. It was just life. Fast forward to today, and many of us spend our days sitting. We sit at a desk for work, we sit in the car to commute, and we sit on the couch to relax. This sedentary lifestyle is a relatively new experiment for the human body, and the results are it's not doing us any favors. So why is staying active so incredibly important? Let's break it down. First up, the big one, longevity. Numerous studies have shown a direct link between regular physical activity and a longer lifespan. It's not just about adding years to your life, but more importantly, adding life to your years. Active people tend to have fewer chronic illnesses and maintain better physical and cognitive function as they age. Think of it as an investment in your future self, a future self who can still climb stairs with ease, play with their grandkids, and travel the world. Beyond just living longer, let's talk about the quality of that life. Physical activity is a powerhouse for your physical health. It strengthens your heart, making it more efficient at pumping blood. This reduces your risk of heart disease, which is still a leading cause of health problems worldwide. It helps manage your weight, not just by burning calories, but by building muscle, which boosts your metabolism. It strengthens your bones, reducing the risk of osteoporosis later in life. It also improves your immune system, making you less susceptible to those pesky colds and flus. The list just goes on and on. It helps regulate blood sugar, lowers blood pressure, and even improves your sleep quality. But the benefits are not just physical. This is something I'm really passionate about. The impact of movement on our mental and emotional well-being is truly profound. Have you ever gone for a walk when you were feeling stressed or angry and come back feeling clearer and calmer? That's not a coincidence. When you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, which are often called feel-good chemicals. They act as natural mood elevators and pain relievers. This is why exercise is one of the most effective tools for managing stress, anxiety, and even symptoms of depression. It's a natural anti-anxiety remedy that's free and available anytime you need it. Movement also boosts your brain power. It increases blood flow to the brain, which delivers the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function at its best. Studies have shown that regular physical activity can improve memory, focus, and creativity. It can even help protect your brain against age-related cognitive decline. So that midday walk isn't just a break from work. It's a way to make yourself sharper and more productive when you get back to your desk. So we've established the why, now for the how. This is where it gets personal because the best type of activity is the one you'll actually do. The key is to find something you genuinely enjoy. If you hate running, don't force yourself to run. Maybe you'd love dancing, or hiking, or swimming, or martial arts. Let's brainstorm some ideas. Think about what you liked to do as a kid. Did you love riding your bike? Go get one. Did you love playing tag? Maybe a sport like tennis or badminton would be fun. Here's a simple way to start. Aim for about 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity per week. That sounds like a lot, but it breaks down to just 30 minutes 5 days a week. And you don't even have to do it all at once. 3 10-minute walks throughout the day are just as effective as one 30-minute walk. Moderate intensity means you can still hold a conversation, but you're breathing a little harder and your heart rate is up. Brisk walking is a perfect example. Let's look at ways to sneak more movement into your day. Instead of hunting for the closest parking spot, park at the far end of the lot and enjoy the walk. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. If you have a desk job, set a timer to get up and stretch every hour. Do some squats while you're waiting for your coffee to brew. Have a walking meeting with a colleague instead of sitting in a conference room. These small changes might seem insignificant on their own, but they add up in a big way. Another fantastic option is to explore the world of fitness classes or groups. This could be a yoga studio, a local running club, a Zumba class, or a community sports league. The social aspect can be a huge motivator. It's a great way to meet new people. And having that accountability, knowing your friends are expecting you, can be the push you need to get out the door on days when you read just not feeling it. And don't forget the power of nature. Taking your activity outdoors combines the benefits of movement with the restorative effects of being in a natural environment. A hike in the woods, a walk on the beach, or even just a stroll through a local park can do wonders for both your body and your mind. The fresh air, the sunlight, the changing scenery, it's a sensory experience that just can't be replicated on a treadmill. Now, a very important point. Listen to your body. If you're just starting out, ease into it. Don't try to go from 0 to 100 overnight. You'll risk injury and burnout. Start small, be consistent, and gradually increase the intensity and duration as you get stronger. Some muscle soreness is normal when you start a new activity, but sharp pain is not. Rest and recovery are just as important as the activity itself. Remember, this is not about punishment. It's not about earning your food or achieving a certain body type. This is about celebrating what your body can do. It's about self-care. It's about giving yourself the gift of energy, vitality, and health. Think about how you feel right now. Maybe a little tired, a little stiff. Now imagine feeling more energetic, more focused, and more positive. That is what's on the other side of getting active. It's not some far-off, unattainable goal. It's available to you right now just by taking that first step. So my challenge to you today is this. Find one small way to be more active. Just one. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk during your lunch break. Maybe it's putting on your favorite song and dancing around your living room for 3 minutes. Maybe it's doing a few stretches right now as you're watching this video. Whatever it is, just start. The journey to a healthier, more active life is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good days and bad days. The important thing is to be kind to yourself, stay consistent, and never forget the incredible power of movement. You have this one amazing body for your entire life. Taking care of it is the best investment you will ever make. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this has inspired you to get up and move. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content on living your best, healthiest life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite way to stay active? Let's share some ideas and inspire each other. Until next time, take care and stay active. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we diving deep into a topic that completely changed my relationship with food and my health, focusing on nutrition, not just calories. For years, I was trapped in the cycle of calorie counting. Every meal was a math problem, every snack a source of guilt. I thought as long as I stayed under my daily calorie limit, I was being healthy. But I was often tired, my skin wasn't great, and I just didn't feel my best. Sound familiar? The big shift happened when I discovered the concept of nutrient density. It is a simple but powerful idea. Instead of asking how many calories does this have, we should ask, what nutrients does this give me? Think of your body like a high-performance car. You wouldn't fill it with the cheapest, lowest grade fuel just because it's fuel, right? You'd want the premium stuff that makes the engine run smoothly and efficiently. Our bodies are the same. They need high-quality fuel in the form of vitamins, minerals, protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs to thrive. Let us break this down with a classic example. A 100-calorie snack pack of cookies versus a 100-calorie apple. On paper, they're identical in terms of energy. But what do they offer your body? The cookies are mostly refined sugar, processed flour, and unhealthy fats. They'll give you a quick spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling hungry and tired again in no time. There's virtually zero nutritional value. They're what we call empty calories. Now let's look at the apple. For those same 100 calories, you're getting fiber, which is amazing for digestion and keeps you feeling full. You're getting vitamin C, an essential antioxidant for your immune system. You're getting potassium, natural sugars for sustained energy without the crash, and a host of other micronutrients and phytochemicals that fight inflammation and support overall health. The apple is nutrient-dense. It's not just filling a calorie quota. It's actively nourishing your body. This principle applies to everything we eat. Instead of a bowl of sugary cereal for breakfast, what about a bowl of oatmeal topped with berries, nuts, and seeds? The oatmeal provides slow-release energy and fiber. The berries are packed with antioxidants. The nuts and seeds offer healthy fats and protein. You'll feel satisfied for hours, not reaching for a snack an hour later. It's about making smarter swaps. Think about your lunch. A greasy fast food burger and fries might fit into your daily calorie budget, but it's loaded with saturated fats, sodium, and simple carbs that will leave you feeling sluggish all afternoon. Compare that to a large salad with grilled chicken or chickpeas, tons of colorful veggies, and a light vinaigrette. You're getting lean protein to build and repair tissues, a rainbow of vitamins from the vegetables, and healthy fats from the dressing. The energy you get from this meal is clean and sustainable. You'll feel energized and focused, not ready for a nap. This isn't about demonizing certain foods or saying you can never have a cookie again. Life is about balance. The goal is not perfection, but progress. The idea is to make nutrient-dense foods the foundation of your diet, the vast majority of what you eat day in and day out. When you do that, a few fun foods here and there don't derail your health goals. In fact, you'll probably find you crave them less because your body is so satisfied and well-nourished. So, how do you start making this shift? It's easier than you think. First, start eating the rainbow. The different colors in fruits and vegetables correspond to different vitamins and antioxidants. Try to get as many colors on your plate as possible throughout the day. Think red bell peppers, orange carrots, yellow squash, green spinach, blueberries, and purple cabbage. Second, prioritize protein and fiber at every meal. These two nutrients are your power duo for satiety. They slow down digestion and stabilize blood sugar, which means you stay fuller for longer and avoid those intense cravings. Good sources of protein include lean meats, fish, eggs, tofu, lentils, and beans. Fiber is abundant in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes. Third, read labels, but look beyond the calorie count. Look at the ingredients list. Is it full of real, whole foods you can recognize? Or is it a long list of chemicals and sugars? Look at the fiber, protein, and vitamin content. This will give you a much better picture of the food's quality than the calorie number alone. Fourth, learn to cook a few simple, nutritious meals. You don't have to be a gourmet chef. Things like roasting a pan of vegetables, grilling some chicken, or making a big pot of lentil soup are incredibly easy and set you up for healthy eating all week. When you cook at home, you have complete control over the ingredients, the salt, the sugar, and the types of fats you're using. And finally, listen to your body. When you start fueling it with nutrient-dense foods, you'll notice a difference. You'll have more energy. Your skin might clear up. Your digestion might improve. You'll feel more in tune with your hunger and fullness cues. Calorie counting teaches you to listen to an app. Intuitive, nutrient-focused eating teaches you to listen to the incredible wisdom of your own body. This journey is about building a positive, sustainable relationship with food. It's about nourishing yourself from the inside out, not just restricting yourself. It's about freedom from the numbers and focusing on what truly matters, how you feel. When you give your body the building blocks it needs, it's amazing how well it can function. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. So, I challenge you this week to try it. Instead of tracking every calorie, track your nutrients. Try to add one more serving of vegetables to your day. Swap one processed snack for a piece of fruit. Notice how you feel. I promise it's a game changer. It's the difference between just eating and truly nourishing. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this gives you a new perspective on healthy eating. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on living a healthy and happy life. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite nutrient-dense food is. See you in the next video. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we re-diving into a topic that is incredibly important for our overall well-being, but sometimes gets overlooked in our busy lives: social connection. We often hear about diet, exercise, and sleep for our health. But did you know that the quality of our relationships is just as crucial, especially for our mental health? In our hyper-connected digital world, it's surprisingly easy to feel disconnected and lonely. So today, let us explore why connecting with others matters so much and how we can genuinely foster those bonds with friends and family. First, let's talk about the science behind it. Humans are social creatures by nature. For thousands of years, we've relied on communities for survival. This need for connection is wired into our biology. When we engage in positive social interactions, our brains release a cocktail of feel-good chemicals like oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, and serotonin, which helps regulate our mood. These chemicals don't just make us feel happy in the moment. They actively combat stress, reduce anxiety, and can even lower the risk of depression. Think about the last time you had a really good laugh with a friend or a deep, meaningful conversation with a family member. That feeling of warmth, support, and belonging, that's the power of connection at work. It's a natural antidepressant, and the best part is it's completely free. Conversely, prolonged loneliness can have the opposite effect, increasing stress hormones like cortisol and contributing to feelings of sadness and isolation. So, making an effort to connect isn't just a nice thing to do. It's a fundamental part of taking care of your mind. Now, you might be thinking, I have hundreds of friends online. I'm always connected. But there's a huge difference between digital interaction and real, in-person connection. While social media can be a great tool for staying in touch, it often presents a curated, highlight reel version of life. It can lack the depth and nuance of face-to-face communication. You miss out on the subtle cues of body language, the shared energy of being in the same room, and the simple comfort of a hug or a shared smile. This isn't to say online friendships aren't valuable, they absolutely can be. The key is to be mindful of the balance and to ensure we also nurturing our offline relationships. It's about quality over quantity. Having one or two people you can truly be yourself with, who you can call when you're having a bad day, is far more beneficial than having 1,000 online acquaintances. These are the connections that form our support system, our safety net for when life gets tough. So how do we actively foster these connections in our day-to-day lives? It starts with intentionality. We have to make time for it, just like we make time for work or exercise. One of the simplest ways is to schedule regular check-ins. This doesn't have to be a huge, elaborate plan. It could be a weekly phone call with your parents, a bi-weekly coffee date with a friend, or even a monthly game night with your siblings. By putting it on the calendar, you're making a commitment to that relationship and showing the other person they are a priority. And when you are together, practice being present. Put your phone away. I know it's hard, but give them your undivided attention. Ask open-ended questions that go beyond, "How are you?" Try asking, "What was the best part of your week?" Or "What's been on your mind lately?" These kinds of questions invite deeper conversation and show that you genuinely care about what is going on in their life. Another great way to connect is through shared activities. Doing things together creates shared memories and strengthens bonds. Think about a common interest you have with a friend or family member. Do you both love hiking? Plan a weekend trip to a nearby trail. Are you both foodies? Try a new recipe together or explore a new restaurant. It could be anything: joining a book club, taking a painting class, volunteering for a cause you both care about, or even just going for a walk around the neighborhood. When you're engaged in an activity, the pressure to constantly talk is lifted and conversation can flow more naturally. You're rebuilding your relationship while also having fun and creating positive experiences that you look back on for years to come. These shared moments are the building blocks of a strong, lasting connection. Don't forget the power of small gestures. Meaningful connection isn't always about grand events. It's often found in the little things. Sending a text message just to say you're thinking of someone can brighten their entire day. Dropping off a small treat if you know a friend is going through a tough time shows you care. Remembering a small detail they told you weeks ago and bringing it up in conversation shows you were listening. It could be as simple as sending a funny meme that you know will make them laugh. These small acts of kindness and thoughtfulness accumulate over time, reinforcing the bond and reminding your loved ones that they are seen and valued. It tells them, "You matter to me even when we're not together." It's these consistent, small efforts that build a foundation of trust and affection. Let's also talk about vulnerability. True connection requires a degree of openness. It means being willing to share not just your successes, but also your struggles and imperfections. This can be scary, I get it. We're often taught to put on a brave face. But being vulnerable is what allows for real intimacy and trust to develop. When you open up to someone and they respond with empathy and support, it deepens your connection in a profound way. And it creates a safe space for them to be vulnerable with you in return. Of course, this requires trust, so start small and with people you feel safest with. Sharing a frustration you had at work or a worry that's been on your mind can be a starting point. This mutual exchange of trust is what transforms a casual friendship into a deep, supportive bond. It's the difference between knowing someone and truly understanding them. Now, I want to acknowledge that for some, fostering social connections can feel really challenging, especially if you're dealing with social anxiety, have moved to a new city, or are just naturally more introverted. That's completely okay. The key is to start small and at a pace that feels comfortable for you. You don't have to suddenly become a social butterfly. Maybe your first step is simply having a short conversation with a barista or a neighbor. Or perhaps you could join a low-pressure group based on a hobby you enjoy, like a gardening club or a walking group. The focus is on finding your people, where you feel you can be your authentic self. And remember, if you're struggling with loneliness or anxiety to the point where it's impacting your daily life, it is always a sign of strength to reach out for professional help. A therapist or counselor can provide you with tools and support to navigate these challenges. In summary, our social connections are a vital pillar of our mental health. They buffer us from stress, bring joy and meaning to our lives, and provide a crucial support system. Fostering these connections takes intention and effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. So I challenge you this week to take one small step. Schedule that coffee date you've been putting off. Call that family member you haven't spoken to in a while. Send that text to let a friend know you're thinking of them. Nurture your relationships like you would a garden with care, attention, and consistency. You'll be investing not only in the health of your relationships, but in your own long-term happiness and well-being. Thank you so much for watching today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What are some of your favorite ways to connect with friends and family? Sharing your ideas could inspire someone else in this community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on well-being and personal growth. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Tired of tossing and turning all night? Do you wake up feeling like you've run a marathon instead of getting a restful 8 hours? You're not alone. So many of us struggle with sleep. But what if I told you that a few simple changes could completely transform your nights and, by extension, your days? Today, we're diving deep into the science and secrets of achieving incredible sleep. This isn't just about feeling less tired. It's about unlocking your full potential. Quality sleep is the foundation of good health, sharp focus, stable moods, and boundless energy. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a practical toolkit to reclaim your nights and wake up feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to conquer the world. Let's start with the absolute bedrock of good sleep, your circadian rhythm. Think of it as your body's internal 24-hour clock. It tells you when to feel sleepy and when to feel awake. The problem is, modern life is constantly trying to mess with this natural rhythm. The most powerful signal for your internal clock is light. Getting bright light exposure, especially sunlight, within the first hour of waking up is a game changer. It slams the brakes on melatonin production. That's your sleep hormone, and tells your brain, hey, it's daytime, time to be alert. A 10 to 30-minute walk outside in the morning is perfect. Even on a cloudy day, the outdoor light is far more powerful than your indoor lighting. This simple morning habit helps anchor your entire 24-hour cycle, making it easier to fall asleep when nighttime rolls around. Now let's talk about the flip side, darkness. Just as light wakes you up, darkness signals your brain to prepare for sleep. In the 2 to 3 hours before bed, we need to start dimming the lights. This is where most of us go wrong. We're glued to our phones, tablets, and TVs, all of which blast our eyes with blue light. This blue light is particularly disruptive because it tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing the release of melatonin. So what's the solution? First, try to put away all screens at least an hour before bed. I know, it's tough. If you absolutely can't, use night mode on your devices, which shifts the screen color to a warmer, less disruptive tone. Also, consider dimming the lights in your home. Use lamps with warm-toned bulbs instead of bright overhead lights. Creating this digital sunset helps your body's melatonin production ramp up naturally, guiding you gently towards sleep. Let's move into your bedroom, your sleep sanctuary. The environment you sleep in plays a massive role in your sleep quality. 3 key factors to optimize are temperature, light, and sound. First, temperature. Your body's core temperature needs to drop slightly to initiate and maintain sleep. The ideal room temperature for sleeping is actually quite cool, around 18 degrees Celsius or 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It might feel a bit chilly at first, but experiment and find what works for you. A room that's too warm will almost certainly lead to a restless night. Next, light. Your bedroom should be as dark as a cave. I mean pitch black. Invest in some quality blackout curtains. Cover up any small electronic lights from chargers or alarm clocks with a piece of electrical tape. Even a tiny bit of light can disrupt your sleep cycle. Finally, sound. If you live in a noisy area, a sound machine or a fan can be your best friend. The consistent, gentle hum of white noise helps drown out sudden, jarring sounds like a car horn or a slamming door that can pull you out of deep sleep. What you put into your body throughout the day also has a huge impact on your night. Let's talk about 2 major culprits, caffeine and alcohol. Most people know that a cup of coffee right before bed is a bad idea, but many don't realize just how long caffeine stays in your system. It has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, which means if you have a coffee at 3 p.m., a quarter of that caffeine could still be active in your brain at 3 a.m. A good rule of thumb is to avoid all caffeine after 2 p.m., or even noon if you're particularly sensitive. This includes coffee, many teas, soda, and even some chocolate. Now, alcohol. Many people use alcohol as a sleep aid, thinking a glass of wine helps them relax and drift off. And while it might help you fall asleep faster, it wreaks havoc on your sleep quality later in the night. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, which is crucial for memory consolidation and emotional regulation. It often leads to waking up in the middle of the night as your body processes it. So, while it feels like it helps, it's actually robbing you of the restorative sleep you need. Try to limit alcohol, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime. Beyond what to avoid, let's talk about what to do. Creating a relaxing wind-down routine is absolutely essential. This is a sequence of activities you do every single night in the hour before bed to signal to your body and mind that it's time to switch off. This routine is deeply personal, so find what works for you. It could be something like taking a warm bath or shower. The rise and subsequent fall in body temperature can help trigger sleepiness. Maybe it's 15 minutes of gentle stretching or some light yoga. Reading a physical book not on a screen is another fantastic option. Journaling can also be incredibly powerful. Write down anything that's on your mind, your worries for the next day, or things you're grateful for. This act of brain dumping helps clear your head so you're not lying in bed with racing thoughts. The key is consistency. By repeating these calming activities every night, you create a powerful conditioned response, making the transition to sleep smooth and automatic. Let's address a common problem: what to do when you're lying in bed, wide awake. The worst thing you can do is stay there, getting more and more frustrated. This trains your brain to associate your bed with anxiety and wakefulness, which is the exact opposite of what we want. The rule is simple. If you haven't fallen asleep after about 20 or 30 minutes, or if you wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep, get out of bed. Go to another room and do something quiet and relaxing under dim light. Read a boring book, listen to some calm music, or do some simple breathing exercises. Don't turn on your phone or start doing chores. The goal is to just relax until you start to feel sleepy again, and only then should you return to bed. This breaks the cycle of anxiety and helps reestablish your bed as a place for sleep and only sleep. It might feel counterintuitive to get up, but in the long run, it's one of the most effective strategies for overcoming insomnia. Exercise is another powerful tool in our sleep improvement arsenal, but timing is everything. Regular physical activity during the day can significantly improve your sleep quality at night. It helps reduce stress, anxiety, and can deepen your sleep stages. However, engaging in intense, vigorous exercise too close to bedtime can be counterproductive for some people. A hard workout raises your core body temperature and releases hormones like adrenaline, which are stimulating. This can make it difficult to wind down. So, try to get your more intense workouts done earlier in the day. Morning or afternoon is ideal. If you prefer to exercise in the evening, stick to more relaxing activities like a gentle walk, stretching, or restorative yoga. Everyone is different, so pay attention to how your body responds. For many, a calm evening stroll can be a wonderful part of a wind-down routine, but a high-intensity interval session is probably best saved for earlier. Let's also consider your diet and meal timing. A huge, heavy meal right before bed can lead to discomfort, indigestion, and acid reflux, all of which disrupt sleep. Your digestive system has to work overtime, which isn't conducive to a restful state. Ideally, you should aim to have your last big meal of the day, at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to sleep. If you get hungry later in the evening, a small, light snack is okay. Good options include a small banana, a handful of almonds, or a piece of whole wheat toast. These snacks contain nutrients like magnesium and tryptophan that can actually support sleep. On the other hand, going to bed overly hungry can also wake you up. The key is finding that comfortable balance where you're not too full and not starving. Also, stay hydrated throughout the day, but try to taper off your fluid intake in the last couple of hours before bed to avoid multiple bathroom trips during the night. Finally, let's talk about mindset. Stress and anxiety are the arch enemies of sleep. If you go to bed with a racing mind, your body remains in a state of high alert, making it nearly impossible to fall asleep. This is where mindfulness and relaxation techniques come in. Simple, deep breathing exercises can be incredibly effective. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7, and then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeating this 4-7-8 breathing pattern a few times can calm your nervous system dramatically. Progressive muscle relaxation is another great technique. Starting with your toes, tense a muscle group for a few seconds and then release it completely. Work your way up your entire body. This helps you become aware of where you're holding tension and allows you to consciously let it go. Remember, you can't force yourself to sleep. The goal is to create the right conditions for sleep to happen naturally. Let go of the pressure to fall asleep and just focus on resting and being comfortable. So there you have it, a comprehensive guide to unlocking better sleep. We've covered everything from managing your light exposure and optimizing your bedroom environment to the importance of a wind-down routine and managing stress. It might seem like a lot, but you don't have to implement everything at once. Start by picking 1 or 2 strategies that resonate with you the most. Maybe it's getting that morning sunlight or putting your phone away an hour before bed. Small, consistent changes can lead to massive improvements over time. Sleep is not a luxury. It's a biological necessity. Prioritizing your sleep is one of the best things you can do for your overall health and happiness. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these tips helpful. Give them a try, and let me know in the comments which one made the biggest difference for you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on living a healthier, happier life. Sleep well. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that sounds super simple, but is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health: staying hydrated. We hear it all the time: drink more water. But do you really know why it's so crucial? It's not just about quenching your thirst. Proper hydration is a total game changer for your body and your mind, and by the end of this video, you'll see water in a whole new light. So, what's the big deal? Well, our bodies are about 60% water. Think about that for a second. More than half of you is water. It's involved in literally every single bodily function. From carrying nutrients to our cells, to regulating our body temperature through sweat, to flushing out waste products, water is the unsung hero working behind the scenes 24/7. Without enough of it, things just don't run smoothly. It's like trying to run a car without oil. Sooner or later, the engine is going to seize up. Let's talk about the brain first, because this is where you'll notice the effects of dehydration almost immediately. Your brain is incredibly sensitive to your hydration status. Even mild dehydration, we're talking just a 1 or 2% loss of your body's water, can seriously impact your cognitive function. Have you ever had one of those days where you feel foggy, you can't concentrate, and your memory just isn't working? It could be dehydration. Studies have shown that being dehydrated can impair your attention span, your short-term memory, and even your mood. You might feel more irritable, anxious, or tired, so that afternoon slump you blame on a big lunch. It might actually be your brain crying out for a glass of water. Next time you feel that brain fog rolling in, try drinking a big glass of water before you reach for another coffee. You might be surprised at how quickly you feel sharper and more focused. Now, let's move on to physical performance. Whether you're a professional athlete or just someone who enjoys a weekend jog or a gym session, hydration is your best friend. When you exercise, you sweat, and that's your body's cooling system in action. But you're also losing water and essential electrolytes. If you don't replace that fluid, your performance will take a nosedive. Dehydration can lead to a decrease in endurance, a reduction in power, and an increase in fatigue. It makes exercise feel so much harder than it needs to be. Your muscles, which are about 75% water, need it to function properly. Without enough water, you're more prone to muscle cramps and spasms. So, to get the most out of your workouts and to help your body recover faster, make sure you're drinking water before, during, and after you exercise. Hydration also plays a massive role in your digestion and nutrient absorption. Water helps break down the food you eat, allowing your body to absorb all the valuable nutrients. It also helps prevent constipation by keeping things moving through your digestive tract. Think of fiber as a broom sweeping things along. Water is the liquid that helps it all flow smoothly. Without enough water, things can get, well, stuck. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, and a general feeling of sluggishness. Drinking enough water is one of the simplest and most effective ways to support a healthy gut, which we now know is connected to everything from our immune system to our mental health. And what about our skin? If you're spending a fortune on skincare products but not drinking enough water, you're missing a key piece of the puzzle. Your skin is your body's largest organ, and just like any other organ, it needs water to function at its best. Dehydration can make your skin look dull, dry, and more wrinkled. Proper hydration, on the other hand, helps to plump up your skin cells, making your skin look smoother, more elastic, and giving you that healthy glow from within. While it won't magically erase deep wrinkles, staying well hydrated can certainly improve your skin's overall appearance and resilience. So think of water as your most affordable and effective beauty product. Another amazing benefit of staying hydrated is its role in weight management. Now, water isn't a magic weight loss potion, but it's a powerful tool. First, drinking water, especially before a meal, can help you feel fuller, which can lead you to eat less. Our brains can also sometimes confuse thirst signals with hunger signals. So, next time you feel a craving, try drinking a glass of water first and wait about 15 minutes. You might find that you were just thirsty, not actually hungry. Plus, when your body is well hydrated, your metabolism works more efficiently. Some studies even suggest that drinking cold water can give your metabolism a slight, temporary boost as your body works to warm the water up. So, how much water should you actually be drinking? The old 8 glasses a day rule is a good starting point, but it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. Your individual needs depend on a lot of factors, like your age, your activity level, the climate you live in, and your overall health. If you're very active or live in a hot climate, you're going to need more than someone who is sedentary in a cool environment. A good way to check your hydration status is to look at the color of your urine. If it's pale yellow like lemonade, you're probably well hydrated. If it's dark yellow or amber, it's a clear sign that you need to drink more water. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I just do like the taste of plain water. Or I always forget to drink it. I get it, life gets busy. So here are some practical tips to help you stay on top of your hydration game. First, carry a reusable water bottle with you everywhere you go. Having it in sight is a constant reminder to drink. If you don't like plain water, jazz it up. Add some flavor by infusing it with fruits like lemon, lime, berries, or cucumber. You can also add some fresh mint or ginger. These not only make your water taste great, but also add a few extra nutrients. Another great strategy is to eat your water. Many fruits and vegetables have a high water content. Things like watermelon, strawberries, cantaloupe, cucumbers, and celery are all over 90% water. Incorporating more of these into your diet is a delicious way to boost your hydration. You can also set reminders on your phone or use an app that tracks your water intake. Sometimes we just need that little digital nudge to keep us on track. Another trick is to link drinking water to your existing habits. For example, drink a glass of water as soon as you wake up, before every meal, and before you go to bed. By tying it to something you already do, it becomes an automatic habit over time. It's also important to remember that while water is best, other fluids do contribute to your daily intake. Herbal teas, milk, and even coffee in moderation can count towards your hydration. But be mindful of sugary drinks like sodas, juices, and sweetened coffees. While they contain water, the high sugar content can lead to other health problems and can sometimes even have a diuretic effect, making you lose more fluid. So, water should always be your primary source of hydration. Let's quickly recap the incredible benefits. By simply drinking enough water, you're supporting your brain function, boosting your physical performance, aiding your digestion, improving your skin's health, and even helping with weight management. It's one of the simplest, cheapest, and most effective things you can do for your overall well-being. It's not about making a drastic change overnight. Start small. Try adding just 1 or 2 more glasses of water to your day and see how you feel. Pay attention to your energy levels, your focus, and your mood. I'm willing to bet you'll notice a positive difference sooner than you think. Your health journey is made up of all these small, consistent choices, and making hydration a priority is a foundational step that supports everything else. So go grab your water bottle, fill it up, and let's make a toast to our health. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you found this helpful and feel motivated to drink more water. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a healthier, happier life. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite way to stay hydrated is. I'd love to hear your ideas. See you in the next video. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we diving deep into a topic that's on a lot of our minds: how to age gracefully, feel fantastic, and stay vibrant for years to come. We all know that a healthy diet and regular exercise are the cornerstones of good health. But what if I told you there are some powerful allies you can add to your routine to supercharge your efforts? We're talking about supplements, specifically 2 of the most researched and effective ones out there: probiotics and omega-3 south. So let's start with probiotics. You've probably heard the term gut health thrown around a lot lately, and for good reason. Your gut is like the command center for your entire body. It's home to trillions of tiny microorganisms, collectively known as your gut microbiome. Think of it as a bustling city inside you, and the probiotics are the friendly citizens keeping everything in order. When this city is balanced and thriving, it has an incredible impact on your overall well-being. But as we age, factors like stress, diet, and medications can throw this delicate balance off, leading to a state called dysbiosis. This is where the not-so-friendly citizens start to take over, and that can contribute to a whole host of issues. This is where a good probiotic supplement comes in. By introducing beneficial bacteria back into your system, you're essentially sending in reinforcements. These good guys help with so many things. First off, digestion. A healthy gut microbiome helps break down food more efficiently, absorb nutrients better, and can ease common digestive complaints like bloating and irregularity that sometimes become more frequent as we get older. A happy gut means you're getting the maximum benefit from the healthy food you're eating. But the benefits go way beyond just your digestive system. Did you know that about 70% of your immune system is located in your gut? That's huge. A balanced microbiome helps regulate your immune response, making you more resilient to catching every little bug that goes around. As we age, our immune system can sometimes become less efficient, so giving it this kind of foundational support is incredibly smart. It's about building a stronger internal defense system. And it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the gut-brain axis. This is the fascinating two-way communication highway between your gut and your brain. Have you ever felt butterflies in your stomach when you were nervous? That's the gut-brain axis in action. An imbalanced gut can send stress signals to your brain, potentially affecting your mood and cognitive function. On the flip side, a healthy, thriving gut microbiome can support a positive mood and help maintain mental clarity. Some studies are even exploring the link between gut health and long-term brain health, which is a critical aspect of aging well. So, when you're looking for a probiotic, what should you look for? It can be a bit overwhelming with all the options on the shelf. You'll want to look for a supplement with multiple strains of bacteria, like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, as different strains have different jobs. Also, check the CFU count, which stands for colony-forming units. This tells you how many live bacteria are in each dose. A higher number, often in the billions, is generally better. And consider one with a protective coating to ensure the bacteria survive the journey through your stomach acid to reach your intestines where they do their work. Now, let's shift gears to our second superstar supplement, omega-3 fatty acids. If probiotics are the peacekeepers of your inner city, think of omega-3 South as the master architects and engineers maintaining the structure and function of your entire body. These are essential fats, meaning our bodies can't produce them on their own, so we have to get them from our diet or supplements. The two most important types are EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, primarily found in fatty fish. Why are they so crucial for healthy aging? Let's start with the brain. Your brain is about 60% fat, and a large portion of that is DHA. It's a critical building block for your brain cells. DHA helps maintain the fluidity of cell membranes, which is essential for brain cells to communicate effectively. Think of it as keeping the wiring in your brain supple and efficient. Adequate levels of omega-3 South are linked to better memory, focus, and overall cognitive function as we age. It's literally brain food, helping to protect our most valuable asset over the long term. Next up, heart health. This is one of the most well-known benefits of omega-3 South. They are champions when it comes to cardiovascular support. They can help maintain healthy blood pressure levels, support healthy triglyceride levels, and promote overall blood vessel function. Essentially, they help keep your entire circulatory system running smoothly, which is a top priority for longevity. A healthy heart is the engine that powers your life, and omega-3 South help keep that engine in top condition. But the power of omega-3 South extends to our mobility and comfort as well. They have powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is considered one of the key drivers of the aging process and is linked to many age-related health concerns. Omega-3 South can help to naturally balance this inflammatory response. For many people, this translates into better joint health and less stiffness and discomfort. It means being able to stay active, whether that's hiking, playing with grandkids, or simply enjoying a walk without being held back by achy joints. It's about maintaining your freedom of movement. And let's not forget our eyes and skin. DHA is also a major structural component of the retina in your eye, so it's vital for maintaining good vision. Plus, omega-3 South help keep your skin cells healthy, contributing to hydrated, supple skin. They strengthen the skin's barrier, helping to lock in moisture and protect it from environmental damage. It's like moisturizing from the inside out. When choosing an omega-3 supplement, quality is key. You want to look for one made from small, wild-caught fish like anchovies or sardines, as they are lower on the food chain and less likely to accumulate toxins. Purity is paramount, so look for a brand that is third-party tested for heavy metals and other contaminants. The form matters too. The triglyceride form is generally better absorbed by the body than the ethyl ester form. And pay attention to the amounts of EPA and DHA on the label, not just the total fish oil amount. That's what gives you the real benefits. So, how do you bring these two powerhouses together? Think of it as a synergistic partnership. The probiotics are optimizing your gut, which means your body becomes more efficient at absorbing nutrients, including the omega-3s you're taking. You're creating the perfect internal environment for all your healthy habits to have the maximum impact. It's not about choosing one or the other. It's about how they work together to create a foundation for vibrant health. Of course, supplements are just that, supplementary. They are not a replacement for a balanced, whole foods diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. But incorporating high-quality probiotics and omega-3 south can be a game-changing strategy to fill in nutritional gaps and provide targeted support for the areas that need it most as we age. It's an investment in your future self, helping you to not just live longer, but to live better with more energy, clarity, and joy. This is about being proactive with your health. It's about taking control and giving your body the tools it needs to thrive through every stage of life. It's about supporting your brain, your heart, your gut, and your joints so you can keep doing the things you love. I hope this has given you a clearer picture of why probiotics and omega-3 south are such incredible allies for healthy aging. Do you take either of these? Let me know about your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on living your healthiest, happiest life. See you in the next one. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's become a bit of a buzzword, but for a very good reason: mindfulness. What is it really beyond just sitting quietly? And how can it genuinely change your life by boosting your mental vitality and melting away stress? Stick with me, because we're going to break it all down. So, what is mindfulness? At its core, mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Think of it as hitting the pause button on that frantic, non-stop monologue running in your head. You know, the one that's constantly worrying about the future, replaying the past, and judging everything you do. Mindfulness is about stepping out of that mental chaos and into the calm of the present moment. Let's talk about stress. We all have it. It's our body's natural response to demands and threats. A little bit can be motivating, but chronic stress? That's the real problem. It floods our system with hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this can lead to anxiety, burnout, trouble sleeping, and even physical health issues. It's like keeping the engine of your car revving in the red zone all day, every day. Eventually, something is going to break. This is where mindfulness comes in as a powerful antidote. When you practice mindfulness, you're essentially training your brain to respond to stress differently. Instead of automatically reacting with panic or frustration, you learn to observe the stressful thought or feeling without judgment. You create a space between the trigger and your reaction. In that space lies your power to choose a calmer, more considered response. Studies have shown that regular mindfulness practice can actually change the structure of our brains. It can shrink the amygdala, which is the brain's fear center, and thicken the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for awareness, concentration, and decision-making. This means you become less reactive to stress and more resilient in the face of challenges. You're not just managing stress. You're fundamentally rewiring your brain to handle it better. Now, let's connect this to mental vitality. What do I mean by that? Mental vitality is that feeling of being sharp, focused, creative, and emotionally balanced. It's the energy you bring to your work, your hobbies, and your relationships. When you're bogged down by stress and your mind is constantly cluttered, your mental vitality plummets. It is hard to feel creative or engaged when your brain is in a state of high alert. Mindfulness recharges your mental batteries. By clearing out the mental clutter, you free up cognitive resources. Imagine your mind as a computer with too many tabs open. It runs slow, it crashes, and you can't get anything done. Mindfulness is like closing all those unnecessary tabs. Suddenly, your brain has the processing power to focus deeply, think clearly, and come up with new ideas. Your memory improves, your attention span lengthens, and you feel more alive and engaged with the world. So, how do you actually start practicing mindfulness? The good news is, you don't need any special equipment or a silent mountain retreat. You can do it right here, right now. The most common entry point is mindful breathing. Let's try a very simple exercise together. Wherever you are, just find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable, or just lower your gaze. Now simply bring your attention to your breath. Don't try to change it in any way. Just notice the sensation of the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and then leaving your body. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest or belly. Your mind will wander. That's what minds do. You'll start thinking about your to-do list, what you're having for dinner, or something someone said to you earlier. When this happens, don't get frustrated. This is the core of the practice. Gently and without judgment, just notice that your mind has wandered, and then kindly guide your attention back to your breath. Each time you do this, it's like a bicep curl for your brain, strengthening your focus and awareness. You can do this for just 1 minute or 5 or 10. Consistency is more important than duration. But mindfulness isn't just about formal meditation. You can integrate it into any part of your day. This is called informal practice. For example, try mindful eating. Instead of scrolling through your phone while you eat, pay full attention to your food. Notice the colors, the textures, the smells. Chew slowly and savor each bite. You might be surprised at how much more you enjoy your meal and how much more satisfied you feel. Or try a mindful walk. Instead of just rushing from point A to point B, feel your feet on the ground. Notice the air on your skin, the sounds around you, the birds, the traffic, the wind. Look at the trees, the sky, the buildings. Engage all your senses and just be present in the experience of walking. Even washing the dishes can become a mindful practice. Feel the warm water on your hands, the smoothness of the plates, the smell of the soap. The goal is to bring this quality of present moment awareness into your everyday life. It's about shifting from doing mode to being mode, even for just a few moments at a time. These small moments add up, creating a cumulative effect that reduces your overall stress levels and boosts your mental vitality. Let's be real, starting a new habit can be tough. Your brain might resist at first. It might tell you this is boring or a waste of time. That's okay. That's just your mind's old programming. Acknowledge those thoughts, and then gently return to your practice. Start small. Maybe commit to just 3 minutes of mindful breathing every morning when you wake up. There are also tons of great apps out there like Calm, Headspace, or Insight Timer that can guide you through meditations. Find what works for you. Remember, mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind or stopping your thoughts. That's impossible. It's about changing your relationship with your thoughts. It's about observing them like clouds passing in the sky without getting swept away by them. By doing this, you reclaim your power from the whirlwind of your mind and find a stable, calm center within yourself. Practicing mindfulness is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It's a skill that, once learned, will serve you for the rest of your life, helping you navigate challenges with more grace, experience more joy in the simple moments, and live with a profound sense of peace and vitality. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this has demystified mindfulness for you and inspired you to give it a try. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on living a healthier, happier life. Let me know in the comments if you have a mindfulness practice or if you're going to start one. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.